ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैर्वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। श्रीमद् भगवद्गीता श्रीमद् भगवद्गीता अध्याय 11 श्लोक 40। नमः पुरस्तादथ पृष्ठतस्ते नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वत एव सर्व अनन्तवीर्यामितविक्रमस्त्वं सर्वं समाप्नोषि ततोऽसि सर्वः। Arjuna is adoring Bhagavan's Vishwarupa. He is expressing his overwhelming bhakti through praise, glorification, as well as repeated salutations, repeated namaskara. In this shloka, Arjuna is addressing Bhagavan as a Sarva, O all. Vishwarupa is in front of Arjuna. Vishwarupa includes everything. If you look into Bhagavad Gita, the earlier chapters, Arjuna has not addressed Bhagavan as Sarva. Even in Adhyaya 11 also, before this, you don't find this Sambodhan. You don't find Arjuna addressing Bhagavan as Sarva. He called him Hrishikesha, Krishna, ityadi, ityadi. But now Arjuna is referring to Bhagavan as a Sarva. because on account of witnessing the Vishwarupa, Arjuna is able to comprehend that Bhagavan is Sarva, Bhagavan is everything. Bhagavan is not confined to any particular name and form in the universe. He is everything. Therefore, he addresses Arjuna, he addresses Bhagavan as a Sarva. In fact, this is the first name of Vishnu in Vishnu Sahasranama. How does Vishnu Sahasranama begin? Vishwam Vishnurvashatkaraha. There, the word Vishwa, it is put even before Vishnu. We call it Vishnu Sahasranam, not Vishwa Sahasranam. But the first name in the Vishnu Sahasranama is not Vishnu, it is Vishwa. The word Vishwa is a Sarva Shabda Paryaya. Anybody who has studied Vyakarana know this very well. Sarva, Vishwa are synonyms. In Sarvadigana, Sarva, Vishwa, Ubha, Ubhaya. Vishwa is Sarva Shabda Paryaya. Vishwa is a synonym of Sarva. That is why Sarva or Vishwa, both are the most apt names for Vishnu. What is Bhagavan? You can explain Bhagavan's forms, but any form that you explain does not explain Bhagavan in his totality. You may explain Bhagavan in the form of Shiva, but is Bhagavan only in the form of Shiva? It is not so. He is in the form of Vishnu also. As we have seen in Adhyaya 10, Adityanamaham Vishnuhu Jyotisham Raviram Shuman Marichirmarutamasmi Nakshatranamaham Shashi. He is in all forms. That is why the best possible name for Bhagavan is Sarva or Vishwa, because Sarva includes everything. Sarva includes all forms. Perhaps that is why the first name of Vishnu Sahasranama is Vishwam. And following the same, even here, Arjuna chooses to call Bhagavan as Sarva. O everything. Bhagavan is not limited to a given name and form. He is everything. He Sarva, O everything. Namahate, I do namaskara to you. Now, In which direction should Arjuna do namaskar? Generally, they say you do namaskara facing east. Or you do namaskara facing the Bhagavan, the deity, in a temple or anywhere. You have to face the direction of the Devata and do namaskara. That is what generally people understand. But here, Arjuna is comprehending the presence of Paramatma everywhere, in all directions, in front of him, behind him, above him. He is witnessing the all pervasive presence of Paramatma. He is witnessing the all pervasive presence of Ishvara. In fact, that is what the Upanishads also reveal. Brahmaivedamamritam purastat, Brahma paschat, Brahma dakshinataschottarena, adhaschordhvan cha prasritam, Brahmaivedam vishwamidam varishtham. Brahmaivedamamritam purastat. What is there in the eastern direction is nothing but Brahman. Brahma paschat. What is there in the western direction is nothing but Brahman. Brahma dakshinataschottarena. What is there in south and north is nothing but Brahman. Adhaschordhvan cha prasritam. Even below and above, adhaha and urdhvam, Brahma eva, only Brahman is there. Brahmaivedam vishwamidam varishtham, idam vishwam, idam sarvam. All this, whatever you see in every direction, is nothing but Brahman, nothing but Paramatma. Therefore, Arjuna is confused in which direction he should do namaskara. Whether he should do namaskara facing east or facing west, he is not able to understand. Therefore, Arjuna is doing namaskara in all directions. Therefore, he says, Te purastat namaha. I do namaskara to you towards the front direction. The direction that Arjuna is facing. Namah purastat. And then Arjuna realizes that Bhagavan is there behind him also. Then he turns backwards and does namaskara. Atha prishtataste namaha. Also, I do namaskara to you in my backward direction. Sarvataha eva namaha astu. And then he says, I am doing namaskara to you sarvataha, in all directions. All the 10 directions. They talk about 10 directions. Purva, Paschima, Uttara, Dakshina. Then in between each of these four, there are four directions: Vayavya, Ishanya, Agneya, Nairitya. And then above and below, Upari and Adhaha. Thus they talk about 10 directions. In all 10 directions, Arjuna does namaskara to Bhagavan. He turns towards all directions, and then he turns above and below also. Namostute sarvata eva sarvaha anantavirya. No, Arjuna does not stop explaining the glory of Ishvara. Arjuna is glorifying the Ishvara. He Anantavirya and Amitavikrama. Arjuna uses two words, Anantavirya and Amitavikrama. Virya and Vikrama. Virya means Sharira Balam. The physical power is called Virya. Anantavirya. Bhagavan has infinite physical power. Therefore, he is Anantavirya. And Amita Vikramaha. Vikrama means Shastra Prayoga Kaushalam. Anandagiri, not Anandagiri, Madhusudana Saraswati describes the word Vikrama as a Shastra Prayoga Kaushalam. The expertise in using weapon is called Vikrama. Bhagavan has Amita Vikrama. Bhagavan is Amita Vikrama. Means his Vikrama is Amita. Amita means no limit, limitless, abundant skill in using the weapons. Tvam, you are Anantavirya and Amita Vikrama. In the beginning of the shloka, not beginning, it is in the second line, second pada. In Anvaya, while rearranging, I have put it in the beginning. Arjuna has addressed Bhagavan as Sarva. Now he is explaining why Bhagavan is Sarva, why Bhagavan is everything. He is explaining the statement. He is explaining the word Sarva. Sarvam samapnoshi tatosi sarvaha. Tvam sarvam samapnoshi. You pervade everything. Therefore, you are everything. Ishvara pervades everything. Therefore, Ishvara is everything. To understand this, We can take the example of gold. Gold pervades all the ornaments in the jewelry shop. Therefore, all ornaments are gold. In the same manner, Bhagavan pervades everything. Therefore, everything is Bhagavan. Shloka 41 and 42. They are interconnected. Therefore, we will read them together. Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam हे कृष्ण हे यादव हे सखेति अजानता महिमानंत वेदम मया प्रमादात् प्रणयेन वापि यच्चावहासार्थमसत्कृतोऽसि विहारशय्यासनभोजनेषु एकोऽथवाप्यच्युत तत्समक्षम् तत्क्षामये त्वामहमप्रमेयम्. In our tradition, there is the idea of aparadha kshamapanam, asking the Ishvara for forgiving us for the mistakes that we have made. A jiva makes mistakes. The jiva, any individual, is not perfect. As jivas, we are not perfect because we have our own limitations. We have avidya, ignorance, and our ability to know is limited, and our ability to do things is also limited. Therefore, any jiva makes mistakes. Now, the human being is expected to follow the dharma, to follow the values, to perform his duties, etc. He is not expected to transgress the values revealed by the Shastra, and he is not supposed to violate his duties. There are so many values and duties described in the Shastra, prescribed in the Shastra. When any of them is violated, we incur papa. In Raghuvamsham of Kalidasa, there is an incident. Dileepa, Dileepa was a king. He was returning from Swarga after meeting Indra. When he was returning from Swarga to his own kingdom, Ayodhya, there was a place where Kamadhenu was residing. Now Dileepa ignores Kamadhenu because he was in a hurry to return home. Therefore, he ignores Kamadhenu. On account of hurry. And since he ignored Kamadhenu, he did not do namaskara to Kamadhenu. He ignored Kamadhenu. On account of that, he got a papa. And because of that papa, he did not get children. He could not beget a son. Then Kalidasa says, Pratibadhnati hi shreyaha pujya puja vyatikramaha. Pujya puja vyatikramaha. The one who deserves to be worshipped should be worshipped. If it is not done, the proper worship is not done, then it may incur such papa which will become an obstacle for one's own progress, one's own prosperity. Pratibadhnati hi shreyaha. It becomes an obstacle in one's path of prosperity. Like it might as well affect one's career, etc. That is why it is important to worship the Devata, worship the Bhagavan in whichever way one can. Devapitrakaryabhyam na pramaditavyam. Taittiriyopanishad says. Devapitrakaryabhyam na pramaditavyam. One should not ignore Devakarya and Pitrakarya. Devakarya, worship of the Devatas, and also the Pitrakarya, worship of the ancestors like Shraddha, Tarpana, etc. When certain things are not done, it can become an obstacle in any pursuit. Therefore, for all our shortcomings, for all our omissions and commissions, there is a Kshamapan. certain prayers, asking for apology, asking for forgiving. There is a Shivaparadha Kshamapana Stotram where the Bhakta apologizes for all the mistakes that he has made, all the violations that he has made. Kshantavyo me paradhaha. The Bhakta says, Kshantavyo me paradhaha. My mistake should be forgiven. All the mistake that I have made should be forgiven. This is a prayer. And now in these shlokas, even Arjuna is asking for forgiving. Now Arjuna is face to face with Bhagavan's greatness, Bhagavan's glory. But the same Bhagavan is Arjuna's friend in his Krishna avatara, in his Krishna Sharira. The Arjuna, Bhagavan is almost the same age as Arjuna, Samanavayaha. And they grew up together, they ate together, played together, moved around together. When somebody is with you, there is familiarity. Then you take liberty to call him in a particular way. You may not always show him respect. You treat him as a friend. Sometimes you might as well as fight him. Now Arjuna remembers this great Bhagavan is, I just took him as my friend. I did not know his greatness. I was not aware of his greatness earlier. And when I took him as my friend, on account of the closeness, I did not behave properly with the Bhagavan. In many occasions, I might have been disrespectful. And now Arjuna feels it was all mistake. He should not have disrespected Krishna, even for fun. Therefore, Arjuna is asking for forgiveness. Therefore, Arjuna says, Ajanata mahimanam tavedam. Earlier means right from childhood, we were brought up together. Tava mahimanam idam cha ajanata. Tava mahimanam ajanata. I did not know your greatness. Idam cha ajanata. And I did not even know your Vishwarupa. You are all pervasive. You are present in all forms. I was not aware of this. And therefore, maya pramadat pranayena vapi, I have been disrespectful to you, and the disrespectfulness may be on account of two reasons. One is pramadat, on account of pramada, on account of carelessness. If somebody is always with us, we take him or her to be for granted. When we take somebody for granted, carelessly, we might disrespect that person. It happens. We don't give much importance to that person. Likewise, on account of carelessness, in many occasions, Arjuna might have disrespected Bhagavan. And pranayena vapi. And sometimes it is not because of pramada, it is because of pranaya, because of love. Arjuna had a love for Krishna as a friend, and because of love, he might have taken some liberty. Even because of that, he might have been disrespectful. So, pramadat pranayena vapi. Sakha iti matva. Thinking that Bhagavan is just a sakha. Bhagavan is just a Krishna who is of same age as Arjuna. Sakha means samanavaya, one who has the same age as you, and he is a friend of the same age is called Sakha. I just took it as my Sakha. Therefore, both these things happened, pramada or pranaya. Prasabham yaduktam. Therefore, what mistake Arjuna made, he is describing. Prasabham uktam. I have spoken to you. Prasabham, disrespectfully, belittling, in a belittling way, Arjuna might have spoken to Bhagavan. How, hey Krishna, oh Krishna, come here. Hey Krishna, hey Yadava, oh Yadava, what do you know? Hey Sakha, oh Sakha, oh friend. In this manner, Arjuna might have spoken disrespectfully. So, He Krishna, He Yadava, He Sakha iti prasabham yaduktam. Arjuna had disrespectfully called Bhagavan, disrespectfully addressed Bhagavan. And Arjuna's mistakes don't stop here. Hey Acyuta. I should have called you Hey Acyuta. You are the Acyuta. The great Bhagavan who is Acyuta. Acyuta means one who does not fall. Bhagavan never falls. Bhagavan does not fall into samsara. The jiva falls into samsara. Most often the jiva is neck deep into samsara. Magnam samsara varidho. Jiva is submerged in samsara. But Ishvara never falls into samsara. He is always transcendent, always free from samsara. Therefore, he is called Acyuta. You are Acyuta, the perfect one, the pure one. But I treated you as an ordinary friend, and I called you O Krishna, O Yadava. I called you with the nicknames also. Viharashayyasana bhojaneshu. During various things that we did together, like vihara, when we were playing together. So Arjuna and Bhagavan might have played together. Vihara, Shayya, they might have rested together, slept together in the same hall, in the same room. Asana, sitting, even while sitting together. And bhojana, even while eating. In doing all these things, ekaha, sometimes when they were, when Krishna was alone, ekaha, nobody else was there. When Krishna was alone with Arjuna, then Arjuna might have insulted Krishna. Athava, or else, tat samaksham api, in front of others also. Sometimes they were alone, sometimes in front of other people. Even when other Pandavas were there, Yudhishthira and other people, Bhima and other people, and even Duryodhana and others. And at that time, Arjuna might have made fun of Krishna. Avahasartham yat asatkrataha asi. Avahasartham, for the sake of fun. Arjuna might have made fun of Krishna. And when he made fun of Krishna, all others might have laughed. Bhima, Duryodhana, all of them might have laughed at Krishna. So, asatkritaha asi, you were disrespectfully treated just for fun. Even for that, Arjuna is apologizing. Aham Aprameyam Tvam Tat Kshamaye. Aprameyam Tvam. You are the Aprameya. You are the Bhagavan who cannot be measured because you are infinite. Such Bhagavan, I am asking you to forgive all those mistakes. Tat Kshamaye. I am asking you to forgive all my mistakes. 43. Pitasi lokasya characharasya tvamasya pujyascha gururgariyan natvatsamostyabhyadhikah kutonyo लोकत्रयेऽप्यप्रतिम प्रभाव. Once again, Arjuna glorifies Bhagavan. He apratima prabhava. This is a sambodhana. Arjuna is addressing Bhagavan. You are apratima prabhava. Apratimaha prabhavaha. Yasya saha apratima prabhavaha. Tasya sambodhanam apratima prabhava. Bhagavan's prabhava, his power, has no comparison. It cannot be compared with anybody else. Because there is no second Bhagavan. There is no second Ishvara. There is only one Ishvara. Therefore, there is nobody equivalent to Bhagavan in power. Therefore, he is called Apratima Prabhava. Apratimaha means one who does not have Pratima. Pratima means equivalent, comparison. There is a statement in Shvetashvataropanishad. Na tasya pratima asti. Paramatma does not have pratima. It is the statement. Now some people misinterpret this statement to say that you should not worship any images because pratima is image. Some people give this interpretation. But if you look into Shvetashvatara properly, without being selective, analyze the statement properly in the background of all other statements in the Veda. And also, if you see the usage of the word pratima in context such as this in this shloka, then it is very obvious that pratima does not mean image in that context. as well as in this context. Pratima means comparison. There is no comparison to Bhagavan. Nobody is equivalent to Bhagavan. That is the idea. Just like they say, Rama Ravanayor Yuddham, Rama Ravanayoriva. This is a description given to the fight between Rama and Ravana. The fight between Rama and Ravana. Both were very good warriors. Their fight could not be compared to anybody else, any other fight. Therefore, the author says, their fight has only one comparison, that is their own fight. Rama Ravana Yoriva. It cannot be compared to anybody else. Similarly, Sagara Sagaropamaha. The ocean is like ocean. For ocean, there is no other comparison. If somebody asks, somebody living in a coastal area visits some village in Madhya Pradesh, and in Madhya Pradesh village there is some boy, little boy, he has not seen the ocean, and he is asking you, where are you, where have you come from? Then you say, I came from Bombay seashore. Then he will ask you, how is the ocean? What is ocean? What is sea? What is samudra? Then you try to explain. It is like a big water body. There is a lot of water. Then this boy asks, does it have as much water as my well? The local well? Then you try to explain, no, it has much more water. Oh, then it must be like the lake, the Bhopal lake, which I visited once. Then you tell, no, it is not even like the Bhopal lake. It is much wider, much bigger. Still, he won't understand. Until he sees the ocean, only he will understand how big it is. In the same manner, the Ishvara does not have any comparison. With the comparison, we cannot understand Ishvara. Our mind has its orientation. Our mind is habituated to seeing limited things, limited objects. That is why when somebody tries to introduce the Paramatma, then we think even Paramatma might be just a limited object, just a limited being sitting in a place like any other people in the world or any other objects in the world. If we have to understand Paramatma properly, we have to transcend this orientation. The orientation of expecting to understand everything as a limited object or a limited being. That is why Krishna describes Bhagavan. You are apratima prabhavaha. There is no comparison. Nobody is as powerful as Ishvara. Tvam characharasya lokasya pita asi. You are the Pita, the Father, means the Creator, Srashta, of the entire world. Characharasya, both moving as well as non-moving creatures. All are created by Ishvara. Pujyaha asi. You are Pujya. You deserve worship. Ishvara deserves worship. Gurur Gariyan. Gariyan Guru. You are the greatest Guru, the Guru of all the Gurus, the Adi Guru. Every other Guru has a Guru. Only Ishvara is a Guru who does not have a Guru for himself. He is called Adi Guru. Gariyan Guru. Lokatraye api tvatsamaha na asti. Lokatraye api. In all three worlds means in the entire universe, in the entire creation. Tvat samaha na asti. Nobody is even equivalent to you. Nobody is at par with you. Kutaha abhyadhikaha anyah. Then how can anybody be greater than you? Abhyadhikaha. If nobody can be even equivalent to you, then how it is possible that anybody can be greater than you? Meaning, neither anybody is equivalent to Ishvara, nor anybody is greater than Ishvara. Thus, Arjuna glorified Bhagavan, and thus he expressed his devotion to Bhagavan. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.